Good morning everyone, how are we all doing today? Now if you watched my last video where I did the lightweight walk, I said at the end of the video that I'd be doing something different in May. And here we are. No, this is not Cleethorpes Beach. As you've probably gathered from the title, I'm in Thailand. And I thought while I'm here I'll do one or two little walks and record them, see what you think. Now at the moment I'm at a place called Ao Nang in the Krabi province. Very nice place it is too. Let's just have a quick spin round and have a look at everything. Yeah, today I'm planning to do a little walk called the Nong Nak Nature Trail. It's more commonly referred to as the Dragon's Crest Nature Trail. It's only a little under 2.5 miles, but it does say it's going to take you about 2 hours to do it, because it's basically up a mountain. Obviously with the weather, it is hot. It's about 28 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning, and the humidity, I'm going to be taking plenty of liquids, I know that. It's about half an hour drive from Ao Nang, so I'll be getting a taxi there and we'll see how we get on. Now the weather, I don't know if you can see out there's some really dark clouds, and I've just heard some thunder. I don't know if it's heading my way or not. According to the forecast, it says that we might get some light showers, but that looks a little bit more than light showers to me. But it is Thailand. Even if it does rain, it's still going to be hot. It's expected to get into low 30s today, and like I say, with the humidity and everything, it makes it a bit of a nightmare. But we'll see how we get on, and I'll catch you all later. I'm off for some breakfast now, and then I'll get my taxi to the place, to this nature trail. So that shower, it lasted about half an hour, and now we're back to the lovely weather again, as you can see. I'll put on a little video of a short walk I did yesterday. It's only about a 5-10 minute walk from one beach to the other, called the Monkey Trail Walk from Ao Nang Beach. And then we'll do a preview of today's route. I'll catch you all in a little while. Yeah, so this is called the Monkey Trail Walk. We'll just do a few snippets from it, see how we get on. Don't know if we'll see any monkeys or not, I hope so. It's called the Monkey Trail Walk. Looks like we've got a bit of climbing to do. That's all we need in 33 degrees. Yep, lots of climbing. Oh no. Oh my god. And still we go up. To say I'm sweating a little bit is an understatement. There is some nice views on this walk though. What goes up must go down. Yeah, so we've just done the Monkey Trail Walk. Just a short 5-10 minute walk between Ao Nang Beach and Pai Plong Beach. This is Pai Plong. Didn't see any monkeys. I presume they're not as daft as some of us, and they don't come out in the heat of the day. Lovely little beach though. Okay, so I've just ordered my taxi, it should be here in a couple of minutes. If anybody comes to Thailand, I can highly recommend using a taxi app called Bolt, B-O-L-T. They're very, very good, lots of information, and you can input your destination, and so the driver knows exactly where you want to go, so there shouldn't be any problems with language, and it's very, very cheap. This 30-minute ride, it's costing me about the equivalent of £4 English, so it's very, very good. Yeah, so here we are, Khao Nagon Nak Nature Trail, Dragon's Crest Trail. 3.7 kilometres up to the top, 3.7 kilometres coming back down. Yeah, this is at the start of the trail. When you get to the top, it says it's 565 metres above sea level, so there's a bit of climbing to do. Apparently the trail is very well marked. This is the start of it, so we shouldn't have any problems, I hope, and we'll see how we get on. It is actually very hot and very humid. It's actually quite wet, the path itself. I thought it would have dried out by now, but obviously it's in the shade, so the sun hasn't got to it. It is quite rocky, I'm led to believe, going up here, and I wouldn't recommend doing it in flip-flops. I've got some decentish hiking trainers on, and we'll see how we get on. Yeah, I forgot to mention at the start, it is actually a national park. There is an entry fee, it's only 200 baht, and you do have to sign in and sign out. Obviously if you don't sign out, that's when they come looking for you. And they also insist you take a photo of the phone number for the park rangers. That's so obviously if you do get into difficulty, you can give them a call and they can come and help you. As you can see, it is quite rocky, this terrain. Like I say, I won't recommend doing it in flip-flops, but that's up to you. The rocks are still quite wet and damp and slippy. Hopefully it won't lead to disaster. Yeah, there are one or two tricky sections, as you can see. I'm glad the majority of this so far has been in the shade. I won't like to do it in full sunlight, but we are in the jungle, obviously. Only been going about 15 minutes and I'm basically wet through. It is very, very steamy. It's not been too bad so far. It's generally all uphill, but it's very rocky, like I say, it can easily twist a foot. Oh, and I have seen a warning sign for snakes, to be aware of snakes. I think the most common snake around here is the pit viper. I'm not sure if it's actually deadly or not. Either way, I don't want to see one, and I don't want to get bitten by one. Hello, little fella. Okay, so I'm starting to blow a little bit now. When I make these videos, I generally like to look around, see if I can see any nature or wildlife, anything like that. It's very tricky on this path. It's constantly roots and rocks, as you can see. But there are quite a few of these information boards telling you about the fauna and flora. Well worth a read. Okay, so I think I'm about a third of the way up now. It's been about 35 minutes so far. Whew. there aren't that many really steep sections, but it is constantly uphill. Then obviously we've got things like these steps going up now. I have brought plenty of water, but as fast as I'm drinking it, as fast as it's seeping out, oh my god, there is quite a few stairs up there. So after those steps, we've now got ropes to help pull you up. That gives you some idea of how steep it is. Okay, so another steep section of stairs. I cannot advise strongly enough to bring as much water as you can. I'm going through it like no business. Right, so I think I'm about halfway. To be honest, I am absolutely shattered. Not because of the distance or the constant uphill, it's just the heat and the humidity. I'm absolutely drained. I don't know if you can hear that noise in the background. I don't know if it's a bird or some sort of insect, but it is very, very loud. Yeah, so just hit this sign saying I've done 2 kilometres, so just over halfway. That last little bit, I think that was the worst bit so far. Definitely got me blowing. Now at the 2.5 kilometre mark, 1.2 kilometres to go. Yeah, we now get a sneak peek view of inland. It's absolutely stunning. And I didn't realise, but I just looked down. There's a little bit of a drop there. I think I'll head on back up. Yeah, after that climb at the 2 kilometre mark, which is challenging, shall we say, it does flatten out for quite a bit. But I have seen quite a few of these trees, this vivid orangey red colour. I don't know what tree they are. I don't know if that's the natural colour or if it's some sort of disease or something. Yeah, just after that 2.5 kilometre marker, you come to this bit where it says Farnham Yod, 300 metres to the right. The main viewpoint, you go straight on, straight uphill. I'm not sure what this Farnham Yacht is, but I think we'll have a little diversion, have a look. So this Farnham Yod, it's actually a waterfall. Not very much of a waterfall at the moment. Looks like there's some caves up there and everything. Worth the diversion? Maybe not. Not when it's just a little trickle like this. That water's beautifully clear. And yet it continues. Looks like another pretty steep section coming up. In fact, it's very steep. Yeah, I don't believe we're far from the top now. And you come to this sign, it's the emergency call hotline number. Gives you all different numbers to ring for whatever emergency it is. One of them says lost car. I don't think you'll lose a car up here because you can't get one up. And whether you actually get a signal up here, that's another matter. We're in the middle of the jungle after all. But hey ho. Right, I found out a bit of information about these red trees that I keep coming across. Says although it looks toxic, its young sprouts can be boiled and eaten as popular side dishes. I'm not going to even try and pronounce what that Latin or whatever it is. I'll let you read it all for yourself. We're now at the 3.5 kilometre marker, so we're not far from the top now. Got another sign, Namtar Neck Pond, 190 metres to the right. Then the main viewpoint 300 metres further on. We'll go and have a look at this pond, shall we? So we've got to the Nagon Neck Pond, or Nagon Neck Pond. That's the information on it, if you want to pause the video and have a read. But this is basically the pond. There's another one there. It's only about 1 metre across. So, hey ho, it is what it is. So after the 3.5 kilometre mark, just up the path, come to first viewpoint. So let's have a look, see what we've got. Oh, wow. Yep, that is one hell of a view. Let's zoom in a bit, see. There we go. That's Thailand at its best. And here we've got an information board telling you what all those mountains are. Oh, sorry about that. Again, if you want to know the names of them, I'll let you pause the video. You can have a look for yourself. Here's probably a bit better view of everything. Oh, it is a stunning view. But you don't want to go too close to the edge. It looks a fair old ways down there. Yep, views, views, views. But you certainly don't want to be going over the edge here. It's a long way down. Okay, so some views over the other side. It says no entry, but I'm a bit of a rebel. Let's have a look. Alright, stunning, beautiful. I don't know if you can make out that down there, that's Ao Nang where I'm staying. Got all these islands out there. Right, we've finally reached the very top, the Khao Nagon Nak Scenic Point. It's up there. I have to go up that little ladder. Yeah, this is the view from the very top. Yeah, it is stunning, as I'm sure you'll agree. But don't go too far to the edge, as you can probably make out. Yep, it's a long, long way down. Right, so we made it to the top. It took me about 2.5 hours with all the filming and the 2 diversions that I did. I must admit, that's one of the most difficult things I've ever done. Not because of the steepness and the fact that we've gone up a mountain, just the sheer heat and humidity. It is so draining, I can't stress it enough. At one point I thought I'd taken on too much, but we made it. So it's now 3.5 kilometres back downhill. That's got to get a bit of a wriggle on actually. It's about 2:30 now, and the park ranger said the park closes at 5 o'clock. I don't know what happens if you get stuck in the park when it's closed. Hopefully we won't find out. If there's anything particular to film on the way back down, we'll do it, but it's just generally straight down the path that we've come up, so it's all the same sort of thing. Once I get down towards the bottom, I'll finish off the video. Hey, steady on now, fella. What's going off? Hey up. I didn't think I'd come across anything like this in the jungle. Oh dear. Have fun. Right, I think we're nearing the end of the trail now. I've obviously come down a lot quicker than I went up because I've not been doing any filming. Would I recommend the Dragon's Crest Trail? Hell yeah. If you're into your views and you don't mind a bit of physical activity, if you've got a bit of time to spare when you're in Ao Nang, then certainly come up here and do it. And the things I'd recommend, firstly, I've done it in the heat of the day and I cannot stress how draining it's been. I've literally drunk gallons of water. So if you're going to do it, come up as early as you can to avoid the main heat of the day. And bring some water with you. You'll thank me for that later. Bring as much as you can carry. Also, if you fancy it, bring some snacks. I didn't, unfortunately. I wish I had. Give me a bit of extra energy. But there you go. Insect repellent. Yeah, obviously, we're in the jungles of Thailand. There's millions of things here that want to eat you alive. So yeah, insect repellent. Sun cream. I've brought some with me. I've not used it at all. I'd say for 99% of the walk, you're under the canopy of the tree, so you don't get any direct sunlight. So, footwear. If you want to do it in flip-flops, you go ahead at your own peril. I'd recommend, at the very least, trainers. If not, something more substantial. I can't really think of anything more to add to it. If you got any questions at all, put them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them as best I can. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. And I'm in Thailand for a couple of weeks and I'll be doing 1 or 2 more walks. So if you want to fancy seeing something a bit similar to this, then consider subscribing to the channel. Finally, last night we had a bit of a light show in Ao Nang. I'll try and cobble together a bit of a video and add it on to the end as a bit of a bonus. That's if it works out alright, we'll have to see. Anyway, it's back to Ao Nang now for some well needed refreshments and eventually some sustenance. Thanks everybody for watching.